Fitzpatrick out with the hip injury. Terry McLaurin.
Now looking to throw. Loops the ball up. Looping catch by Garrett Wilson. Down inside.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Ins and Out with D podcast. I'm your host, D, aka DT. And once again, I bring on a new guest on the show, a very familiar face. You know what I'm saying? It's my boy Joshua. And before we get down and talk about the NFL season great upon us, just want to say shout out to my guy Josh, man. He did a special thing this summer.
Yes, sir.
The boy is happily married now. His beautiful wife.
Happily married. Make sure we put an emphasis on happily married. Thanks, man.
I'm so excited for you this new journey, and Janice, man, it's gonna be great for you too.
Man, I appreciate it, man. It has been a journey. We just moved into our new apartment a little over a month ago, and we're still learning, still growing. Obviously, it's gonna be a long, fun journey. So I wouldn't put it past her, and she's the best. So yeah.
Amen, bro.
Appreciate you again, man, for real.
All right, so not trying to make everybody cry and stuff, be like, oh man, let's get to it, man. So preseason just ended a couple days ago, actually. Final cuts went down. So what are some things you saw from this preseason that you take away?
I believe that the AFC North is wide open. We don't know what's going to happen with the Steelers quarterback conversation. We don't know if Kenny Pickett's going to be the starter. We don't know if it's going to be Mitchell Trubisky. We don't know if it's going to be Mason Rudolph. I think the AFC North is going to be wide open. You know, you still have the Bengals, of course. You still got the Ravens. They're coming back. I would have liked the Ravens at least to see J.K. Dobbins a little bit in the running game. You know, they still have a couple other guys. They just picked up Kenyon Drake. It would have been nice if they would have traded for him early on during the preseason so he can get some reps in with Lamar. They still got Rashad Bateman. They got Mark Andrews and those type of guys. And the Browns. What are the Browns going to be? They don't have their quarterback of the future. All they have right now, well, they do have their quarterback of the future, but he's suspended for 11 games. They're going to have Jacoby Brissett, Josh Dobbs up on the center for the first 11 games. So AFC North is wide open. My second takeaway is the Eagles could be primed for a big season. Oh. Now, all in all, it is just preseason, but Jalen Hurts is looking good with A.J. Brown. And we've seen quarterbacks, once they get a true number one ascend, we saw Dak Prescott. That's why he got the big payday when they brought in Amari Cooper. It's just their running game with me. What is Miles Sanders going to give me? What is I can't think about the other guy, little small guy. What are they going to give me out of the backfield? Miles Sanders is coming back from a hamstring, but those are my really two big takeaways. And obviously I could throw in my Carolina Panthers. We're going to be for real, but we'll get into that later on. So what was your takeaways though?
Let's see, man. So I have to go with you on the AFC North. I feel like the AFC North is going to be way stricter than a lot of people think. I think Baltimore coming back healthy, all the guys in the defensive backfield like Marcus Peters, Humphreys had a down year. I think those guys coming back with continuity and new defense coordinator McDonald, I think they're going to be way better. Now, I know the questions has been about what does the Ravens have in the passing game, but I think for their formula, they're trying to go back to that 2019 season with Lamar. He had the MVP. I think Bateman can be a number one. They did sign Robinson. Even though he did win against backups, we seen him in the Kansas City Chiefs, how he has produced and things like that. So, and then this Isaiah Likely guy, man, the tight end from Coastal Carolina, he is a matchup problem, bro. A matchup problem with Mark Andrews. Like, man, I can't wait for the Ravens. But another thing that I took away from the preseason is, let's see. I feel like I don't think the Chargers, this is my opinion, I feel like the Chargers, they have everything except for run defense. I feel like that's still going to be a weakness for them. Like, teams can run the ball on them and stuff like that. And they go against Denver and maybe even the Jets. The Jets are a good running team, stuff like that. I think that's going to be a problem, but those are things I kind of took away from this offseason.
Okay, I can totally see where you're coming from with the Chargers. I definitely think that they needed another middle linebacker to solidify, just that whole secondary. We all know the back end is great. J.C. Jackson, Derwin James. We know what the front line is looking like as far as Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, those guys. But it's just, like you said, man, they got to stop the running game. So, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So I know everybody's going to be like, well, how come we didn't talk about it? We're going to get to that because that's another interesting thing I want to talk about. Remember how everybody was dogging this rookie class? Like, oh, these guys are going to be busts. Oh, these guys ain't going to be nothing. Well, the fact that all these guys went later in the draft, with the exception of Kenny Pickett, they're all in great situations. Like Desmond Ridder, Malik Willis, Sam Howell, Matt Corral. Them guys are in great situation, and you seen what they can do in the NFL. And they're with better teams. They're not with teams that are like going to be 3-14 every year.
Exactly.
Like, they're going to be teams that down the stretch, they're going to be way better. I just wanted to see which of those rookie passers impress you the most.
Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis. I think really Kenny Pickett because he can make all the throws. Now, I'm not a big believer of a quarterback wearing two gloves, all right? I had Teddy Bridgewater as my quarterback in Carolina. I thought he was going to be trash. I do believe that the Panthers made the right decision in taking an offensive lineman this year, their first pick, instead of drafting Kenny Pickett. But he's balling, man. I think with him, Mike Tomlin, Najee Harris running the football, Chase Claypool, you got Pickens. They have another receiver. I can't think of it right now. Deontay Johnson, him and Pat Freiermuth, along with that defense, they can make a real good run. I think Kenny Pickett was making all the throws. Malik Willis, the reason why he impressed me this year is, or this preseason, was his legs. We knew he was athletic, but I mean, holy smokes. I mean, he's breaking 60 yards on a scramble. He can make all the big time throws. I do believe Mike Vrabel, he's going to have a cutoff for Ryan Tannehill because we know what Ryan Tannehill is. Last year, when he was supposed to get you that game against the Cincinnati Bengals, you have the number one seed in the entire NFL. You have home field advantage throughout the entire playoffs. You knew going in that Derrick Henry was not going to be the same. You had to have a quarterback that was going to go out there, push the football, and beat that bad secondary, and you didn't do it. So I think Malik Willis is going to end up taking over shortly, probably halfway through the season. Maybe.
Oh,
if they struggle, he will take over. Absolutely. If they struggle, because you already know what they're going to do. They're going to turn around and hand it off to Derrick Henry. But do they even have a true number one receiver? Robert Woods?
I don't know. They drafted Traylon Burks this year too.
Oh yeah, he might be a guy.
But it's still kind of iffy with the skill position. But the fact that you have Derrick Henry in that backfield with Malik Willis running ability, you have to defend the whole field. That play action.
Yes.
That play action.
Man. I'm telling you, if they struggle early in the season, I haven't looked at their schedule, they could easily transition to Malik Willis. Why not?
I don't blame you, man. But I have to go say it, man. That kid, Sam Howell.
I knew you was gonna say it. I was gonna say that. I think he threw only like 2 incompletions or something like that, something crazy. This preseason. I'm not even gonna give him his flowers though. But go ahead, I'm gonna let you talk.
Man, Sam Howell, bro. I still don't know how in the world this dude fell to the 5th round, but this dude, he looks like a combination of Wentz arm strength. Now, hear me out. Wentz's arm strength. We all know Wentz has a talented arm, but he has the same moxie and gamer ability like Taylor Heineke. So you have basically 2 players in one. And the way he looked this offseason and going to the preseason, this dude has a bright future. And I'm definitely going to give Carson Wentz a chance. I have to give him a chance, right?
Yeah,
but I think the future is so bright with this kid. Like, for him being a 5th round pick, and if he can just sit a year still trying to learn the game, because I still feel like the game is still kind of a little bit fast for him. He played against 2nd and 3rd string, but he still balled out. But if he learns another year and then Wentz doesn't really pan out to be what I wanted him to be, you now set yourself up for a good situation for a 5th round pick that can start, and you can still allocate money to other positions to keep the team together, including the defensive line, like Chase Young and Montez Sweat, who got contracts coming up this year.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely looking good this season. I like the comparison with the mix between Carson Wentz and a gamer like Tyler Heineke. Like, he's from North Carolina. He was doing this thing. I don't think that we really saw him coming on like that. But I was very and highly surprised in his game and ability. Will it transition to regular season? That has yet to be found out, though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So another thing I want to talk about, and we're almost to kickoff and stuff like that. The Bills and the defending Super Bowl Rams play on Thursday night. So I wanted to ask you this. Is there a team so far that has lived up to expectations that you have for them? And what is the other team that kind of disappointed you in the preseason, or you feel like they're going to let you down this season?
The team that has surprised me, or do I think that they will surprise me this season?
Yeah.
Obviously my Carolina Panthers. I think people are really low on Baker Mayfield for some odd reason. Obviously the biggest thing, can Christian McCaffrey stay healthy? When he is healthy, he's a top 3 running back any given Sunday. But I do think that the Panthers are going to surprise a lot of people. Our defense is solid. Baker Mayfield can make all the throws. He's coming off of his shoulder surgery. He's light years better than Sam Darnold, and it was obvious. And they might mess around and I can't even think of my head coach name. He might keep his job because of Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Matt Rule. But that's the type of stuff. I really think the Panthers are going to surprise a lot of people. Our schedule is tough. I've asked viewers to go and look at the schedule. If you look at our schedule, and if we come out at least above 500, we can make a deep run in the playoffs. That's how tough our schedule is. The team that I think is going to disappoint me, I wouldn't even say disappointment, man. I guess you can say Cowboys / Buccaneers, man. I think that the Cowboys, they don't have a true number 1 receiver. Everybody's is convincing me that CeeDee Lamb is a guaranteed number 1 receiver. I saw when Amari Cooper went out, this guy was struggling. He had, I think after week 11, he didn't have a game over 100 yards, 0 touchdowns. After week 11, he struggles against that number 1 corner. And when you are the number 1 receiver in the National Football League, you're going to get the best players. Amari Cooper was getting the best corners week in and week out. CeeDee Lamb, we're going to see exactly what he is made of this year. Yeah. They don't have any other receivers outside of him. All their other receivers are hurt. Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, this is literally his contract year. They can cut him next year. Tony Pollard, that defense outside of a couple of guys, Diggs and Parsons, nobody. And then the Buccaneers, man. What are the Buccaneers? Tom Brady, obviously, but their offensive line is in shambles. Obviously, I'm still going to have them in my top 10, but I think that they're really going to be a disappointment this year. You might see a drop off in, I'm not going to say in Tom Brady. He's still going to do what he does, but yeah, those are my 2 big disappointments. What about you? I'm eager to hear this. I want to hear this.
Hey, this is going to be a hot take. So I think the team that's going to surprise a lot of people is going to be the Detroit Lions.
Ew!
Look, man, hear me out. I think from a cultural standpoint, I think Dan Campbell got them going in the right direction. And you watch Hard Knocks and stuff like that. I see these guys, they're very competitive and they want to win. The offensive line is good. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he can be one of them up and coming receivers next year. He had like 90 catches last year. The running game, they got 3 good backs.
They got Chart. They got some guys at receivers.
And TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead. Keep going. I'm thinking.
I'm just saying, man, I think Detroit is going to surprise a lot of people. They're going to steal some wins from teams that need a win down the stretch, and they're going to be like, y'all lost to the Lions the last couple of weeks of the season? That's some nasty work. But
keep going. I'm listening.
You gotta let me cook, man. Now, the team I think that's going to disappoint, though, it's going to be one of those teams in the AFC West, only because how deep that division is. Denver could miss the playoffs. Chargers could miss the playoffs. I'm already guaranteeing the Chiefs going to be in the playoffs, but you never know. And the Raiders can miss the playoffs as well. One of those teams is going to disappoint because of how competitive that division is. It's going to be a 10-win team that not make the playoffs. I guarantee.
Now I want to hear what team though. You said one team, go out on a limb. I want you on the record saying this is the AFC West team that's not going to make it. Let me hear it.
I think Denver might not make it, man.
Denver? Wow.
I don't think Denver might make it.
Writing this down. Okay.
Just write me down. I think they had so much quarterback incomplacency for so long. They finally get a quarterback, but they still have to adjust to his playing style, right? And I don't really think Denver is a team to be built for shootouts. I think they're still a solid running team, and there's still weapons that Russell still has to develop. And then the defense, I don't know how the defense is going to be without Vic Fangio. They got the talent, but how are they going to be? Are they going to be the same, or they're going to take a dip? Because if they take a dip from last year, that's not going to help them when they play Kansas City at Kansas City, when they play the Raiders, when they play the Bengals, or when they play Baltimore. You need your defense to help you out, to help out the offense. So I think Denver might have a chance to win 10 games but miss the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, let me back up a little bit. Let's go to this Lion conversation. You think the Detroit Lions is going to surprise people?
Yes. I truly do.
I'm gonna be real. I've been watching the Hard Knocks. I don't know how I feel about the head coach, Dan Campbell. I really don't know how I feel. I feel like he's a great motivator, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm 50-50 on him.
I feel
the Lions, they're still young. We got to see what Jeff Okudah is going to bring. He might be a lockdown corner, but I can see what you're seeing as far as young developmental talent. Okay, that's I'm going to write that down in my memory bank. The Lions might be a shocker. The Denver Broncos. You don't think a team led by Russell Wilson is going to make the playoffs? A healthy Russell Wilson with 2 running backs, with 3 good receivers. We're talking about Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, and your boy KJ Hamler. Come on now.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this because it's kind of improv right now. I want you to rank those 4 quarterbacks in that division right there from 1 to 4.
Number 1 is Mahomes. Number 2 is Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, obviously. Number 3 is Russell Wilson, and number 4 is Derek Carr. In that order. I mean, Russell Wilson is the 3rd best quarterback in that division, but that's not saying the top 2 or top 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League. So that's nothing to be ashamed of. He's still a top 10 QB. I mean, the defense is solid. They got Pat Surtain. They got Justin Simmons, Chubb. They got some guys. Linebackers might struggle, but that team, I don't know if they're going to be a disappointment, bro.
Well, that's why we got to wait till the games get played, man.
Yeah, man. Right now, it's all early season talk, man. So,
since we talk about all those teams, who are your top 10 teams as of right now?
As of right now.
I'm letting you know right now, before you even do it, I'm not going to give you mine. I'm going to give you mine and everybody else on Friday. I'm going to give, matter of fact, I might give it Thursday before the game even start. I'm going to give it
Okay,
Thursday.
I'm going to drop mine. I'm going to give you mine right now, but then I'm going to go back and I'm going to drop another one probably on Wednesday.
Okay.
Heading before the season. No order. You got to have the Rams in there. I do think that the injury to Matthew Stafford, you know, let's circle that. The Bucks, the 49ers, Cincinnati Bengals, obviously. On paper, the Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, the Raiders. I got the whole AFC West is in the top 10. The Bills, the Ravens, and I think that's 10 already, but I'm going to throw an 11th team. It's going to be the Packers. Those are my let me make sure. Did I say 49ers? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So those are my top 11/10 teams right there.
Okay. It's not a bad list, but I know a lot of people will say the 49ers, you know, the Trey Lance question. Like, is he going to be what they traded that whole amount for, right? That's the only question mark. But other than that, that team is set up to be a championship team.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like those type of players, man.
Me too.
Yeah. So let's get straight to it, man. Let's get straight to it. Let's talk about this game coming up Thursday. You got the Bills and Rams. You did bring up a good point. Matthew Stafford had not practiced this entire preseason and training camp due to that weird elbow thing. And those things like that are pretty tricky, especially on his throwing shoulder whatsoever. Like, he might be healthy enough, but the question is going to be throughout the season when they have to go to like Green Bay where it gets cold and stuff like that. How much is that going to affect him and his team? Because he was the main boost that got them to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
You don't know about how he's going to handle that?
I don't know, man, because that's a tricky injury, bro.
Yeah, I think they said that it's an injury that pitchers get. Really could be a Tommy John type of situation where your elbow, because the way that he throws. But on the record, okay, there's not a lot of people that know this, but I am a low-key Bills fan. I've been a Bills fan since that they signed Micah Hyde after Micah Hyde left Green Bay. I'm a huge Micah Hyde fan. So when they went to the playoffs that first year and they lost to the Texans, I was a Bills fan. Like, I've been a low-key Bills fan for a smooth minute. Thursday is going to be, I think it's going to be epic. It really might be a blowout, though, to be honest with you. I don't think that for real, I really think that the Rams don't have what it takes on the back end. I just don't see anybody that's going to guard Stephon Diggs. Jalen Ramsey, yeah, he'll be there, but Josh Allen can make every throw on the field. Gabriel Davis, he might eat. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. The Bills might end up winning by at least 10 points, though. I can see them. I could see the Bills putting up 34, beating the Rams by 34-24 type of ordeal, especially if the Rams running game doesn't get going. The Bills, they just got to block one person, Aaron Donald. I mean, it just comes down to that. Yeah. How are we going to stop Aaron Donald, man? But I do. Yeah. I think it's going to be a blowout, man. What about yourself? Let me hear something.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be close to like the late third quarter. They're going to start dialing up some plays. But ultimately, I'm going to have to go with the Bills. I think the Bills got enough weapons to go against the Rams. And I think if Gabriel Davis have the same game like he did against the Chiefs, they're definitely going to win. I got the Bills 30-27.
30-27. Okay, that's a good game. Yeah. But like we just stated, how healthy is Matthew Stafford going to be? I mean, they got Von Miller. That defense, the Bills' defense is nice, man. They have the best two safety tandem in all of football. They have a shutdown corner and what's that boy name? Tre'Davious White. And they just signed another corner, I believe, this offseason, man. A rookie cornerback that's kind of nice, I believe. I got to go back and look, but I do think it's going to be a two possession game.
Yeah, and I agree. So I got them 30-27. You said a blowout. Is that correct?
34-24. Bills by 10.
Got you. So let's go ahead and stop talking about them. Let's talk about our teams, right? The Commanders and Panthers. You guys are going to be playing a familiar team for a quarterback you guys have, and the Commanders play a team that's very familiar to my quarterback last time. So I think it's going to be very interesting come Sunday. For those that don't know,
Y'all got Indy week 1?
No, we played the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, we played the Jaguars, but I think the Jaguars going to be kind of better than what people think too. I think Urban Meyer was just a bad coach. He didn't really motivate the team and stuff like that. Doug Peterson is by far a way better coach. I think he's going to put Trevor Lawrence in a better situation. But ultimately, I think because our wide receiver group is way better than theirs, and I don't think their corners are like that. I think Washington's going to get a win 23-20. That's how close that game is going to be for us.
Wow. 23-20? Dang.
I want to blow them out, but I know we're not going to blow them out. I think their defensive line is going to cause some troubles for us.
What about their back end? Who's going to stick with Terry McLaurin? Johan Dotson. Who's going to stick with these guys, man?
That's what I'm saying. Who going to cover them? Ain't nobody going to cover them.
You think it's going to be a close game?
It is, man. Come on, man. I'm talking about Washington in general. I'm not talking about the Redskins. I'm not talking about the football team. I'm talking about Commander. I'm talking about Washington has always played these teams so close. So we always play down to our competition. So I think that Washington, they're going to start out slow, but then eventually they're going to dial some plays against them. And then we're going to have enough points and the defensive line going to make enough plays and we're going to win the game 23-20. It's going to scare me on Sunday. So I don't need nobody calling me on Sunday because I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm telling you right now.
I think if y'all can run the football, y'all will be all right, man. They just drafted the number 1 pick was another defensive end. If y'all can run the football, y'all might have something. It's just, is Antonio Gibson going to hold on to the field, man? I do think Brian Robinson, that's his name, correct?
Yeah, but he's going to be out the first 4 games.
Yeah, I said I believe if he was healthy, it would be a different, a bigger outcome than what you're predicting. But I mean, good grief, man. You don't got no faith in your team? 23-20?
Hey, look, man.
I mean, good grief. Well, I mean, if that's what you say, then hey, I'm gonna let you have it. I do think that y'all gonna finish 1-0. But yeah, my team, I'm a Carolina Panthers fan for everybody. I do think Baker Mayfield is gonna ball. We're gonna win big. Panthers by 17.
Okay, I understand why though. I understand why you gonna say 17. I get it. I get that though. I'm not even gonna argue with that. But I mean, how do you feel season-wise though? You think y'all have a shot to get like a wild card?
Yeah, I think right now, man, once you look at it, that we have a better shot than a lot of people are giving us. Like I stated earlier, if we finish halfway through the mark over 500, we will be well-primed, coached, well designed for the playoffs. If Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy, we will be a ball club over 500. Defense is phenomenal, young. Just got to stay healthy at the running back position, man. We literally go as far as Christian McCaffrey will take us.
Got you. So this is how I feel about Washington. So from being in the spaces and talking to a lot of highly known Washington fans. I think, to me, the season is going to rely on how much this defense be better than last year. It was very disappointing last year. And then for all the talk about Carson Wentz being an upgrade, how much can he upgrade his offense? Because he puts up top 12 numbers.
Absolutely.
He's a talented quarterback, but
Absolutely.
it's just when he makes the mistake that matters the most.
Yeah. And not even just that, just beating the teams you're supposed to beat. Like last year, like you just said, they were supposed to beat the Jags. You beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, you were in the postseason. It's just that simple, man. What are you going to do when it's time to put up or shut up, man?
I mean, I could argue with that because Jacksonville has been beating the Colts at home since 2014. So that was when Luck was there. So I get the argument that the Jags have been bad, but it's just, I feel like Carson Wentz was just a scapegoat. You know, it's really hard to get somebody like that, and then all of a sudden you blame them for one game when there are multiple opportunities to get to 10 wins, right? But that's a conversation for another day. One final thing I want to hear from you, since I got a fantasy draft tonight, and I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need your help, man. Because
Let me grab my phone real quick.
You a fantasy guru, man. I gotta get used to this. Me and Walt, we got one, and then me and Sterling got one tonight, bro. And I'm trying to figure out, like, bro,
It's your first time ever?
First time ever doing fantasy, bro.
Okay. How are they going about it? Is it points per reception league? Like every time somebody catches the ball, it's 1 point?
Pretty sure it's points.
Okay. All right. You need to ask that. Ask them, is it a PPR? And see what they say. This is my advice. Everybody knows this. I don't know exactly what pick do you have?
I don't even know that either, bro. I'm telling you, this is my first night doing this job, man.
Hey, listen, depending on your pick, if you're a top 5 pick, go running back, all right? Go running back, all right? And then your next pick, the way that I do it is running back, tight end, running back. Or you can do running back, receiver, running back. But you need, in order to win your league, you need a great running back, a solid receiver or a solid tight end, and then you need another really solid running back, man. Like you said, man, I'm a 2-time champ this year. I got $1,300 on the line. I'm back to back. Yes, I'm looking for the 3-peat right now, man. My first pick in entire draft was Saquon Barkley. I was round 1, pick 1. I took Saquon over Jonathan Taylor. People was killing me for that. I took him over Christian McCaffrey. I just really believe in Saquon this year, man. So, what you can do, bro, you can wait for quarterbacks because quarterbacks will be there. Running back, receiver, running back, tight end, running back. So,
got you.
Yo, running back, receiver, running back. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, get your skill position first. Then
basically get your skill position first. And then now if you start to see quarterbacks going, you need to look at the quarterbacks and see, hey, which one of these jokers is still available, and then grab one when you need to. But skill positions first. If you want to be one of the guys that reaches for a kicker first, but not too early, you can kind of wait until like the 7th or 8th round. But don't be a fan. Don't get people that's all Commanders. I don't need to see your team. Hey, Josh, this is my team. I got Commanders. No, don't be that guy.
Okay. I'm not that type of guy. I mean, I look at everybody else's team. I mean, I might add like maybe 1 or 2, but I ain't gonna go like bias heavy. You feel me?
Okay.
But yeah, man. Hopefully this goes well. Because I never did before. I never understood fantasy till someone was like, bro, just get the guys you think going to eat this week. That's all you got to do. So
I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a screenshot of my teams, man.
All right, cool.
How many people's in your league?
Right now, I'm technically in 2 leagues, one group I got with me, Rasta, and Otis, and the other one was Sterling. I don't know how many Sterling got, but I just got to be on my cues tonight. The draft is at 8:00, and then LSU and Florida State play tonight too. So I got to multitask.
Yeah, man, be on it, man. I got another draft tomorrow. I had one last night, so
Man.
I'm in 3 leagues. All of them got some type of prize. One of them was my church league. So,
oh, okay, that's what's up. What's up? So I'm going to ask you one more thing. We're going to close it out here, man. So I don't know how much you watch college football, but I'm a huge college football fan, right?
Yeah, I'm not really
But
a fan.
Teams just played yesterday. We got so many matchups coming up. If the season was to end it today, who you think will be the Final Four teams come playoff time?
Georgia Bulldogs, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked at other teams. Sheesh. Man. Did Texas play yet?
Yeah, they played last night, but I don't got them going.
I don't know. LSU, Georgia, Bama, LSU.
Hey,
And maybe Clemson. I'm not a huge college football fan.
Yeah, I kind of put you on the spot there. So for me, I'm going to put the big 3 that's always been there. Bama, Georgia, and Ohio State. Those teams have been
done, Joshua.
But I think the 4th team is going to be interesting. I would not be shocked if USC finds a way to sneak in. I think.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, if Lincoln Riley finds a way to get the defense play decent enough, they can get in the playoffs, man. And that's my dream scenario. I would like to see Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, USC in the playoffs.
That would be lit, bro. It would be lit. Trust me.
All right, man. Any final words before we go out?
Hey, man. Shout out to my boy Darius, man. I appreciate you having me. Much love, man. And I'm gonna send you a screenshot of my team, man. Best of luck, man.
All right, man. With that all being said, appreciate it for Joshua of the Joshua Proximity Podcast. And this is the Ins and Out with D podcast. And I'll see you guys later.
Yes, sir.